All right, we're here. It's the Brian and Kendra Show. Thanks for...
He started when I was making a goofy face.
Well...
Like, I legit was making the goofiest face ever, and then you start.
That'll be our new show face.
You just wait. Oh, my gosh. So, exactly 2 years ago today is the day that I dropped my entire pizza into my oven.
Oh, man. That was a fun cooked mess.
Thank you, Facebook, for helping me remember all the fun milestones.
Oh, yes. See?
I still just remember Ethan coming in the kitchen and his face was like, oh, Mother, what have you done? And I know I could tell, like, he was like, is she going to cry? Is she going to laugh? What's going to happen? It was the funniest thing.
So if you had aligned it with aluminum foil.
Oh, God.
That'd been a lot.
It would have been so much better. So much better, but I got it all cleaned up, moved out. Ethan doesn't cook. Everything's good.
Yeah.
That was the funniest dang thing. Also, my pizza crust stayed intact because, I make my own crust.
Yeah.
And I had so much cheese on it, I was able to go ahead and just cook it elsewhere. Oh, God, those are good times. Good times, yes.
Man.
Yeah, I'm surprised people let me near the kitchen.
Yeah, my wife does not like me cooking, so I cooked last night for a bunch of people last minute, and it was just like pulling stuff out of the fridge. Like, all right, we got a little bit of sausage and a little bit of bacon, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of eggs, a little bit of biscuits, a little bit of pancakes, a little bit.
You threw me for a loop a little bit while ago. You were telling me this, and you said, and croissants.
Well, because we didn't have biscuits.
Croissants?
Well, we had one deal of biscuits and one deal of croissants. And I was like, there's 9 of us. So there's only, 6 biscuits in the can. So
that's awesome. That's fantastic.
So, yeah. It was like a mini buffet, but you don't get one of each, unfortunately.
It's hilarious. Okay, so we just finished the 4th celebration.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It was an exciting year.
I fell asleep during some of the times that some fireworks were set off, so I missed some of the fun.
Oof.
Yeah. I know. This getting old to spur the birds.
Yes. Yeah, it's one of those things, do what you love, but don't make it your job.
For real, right?
I mean, I love selling real estate, but I don't know if I could do fireworks year round. Like Jake Persall.
Uh-huh.
I think that would get old. Like,
right.
He invited me to come to Amarillo with him, and I'm thinking,
that sounds like work.
Oh, can I just pull the trigger? That's all I want to do. I just want to light the fuse.
I just want to play with fire.
That's it. I mean, I haven't burned myself since, a week ago.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you probably should avoid helping Jake Persall.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. All right. So today's show, I wanted to talk about getting ready to sell.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been looking at quite a few houses, and I mean, this very week, actually, probably by the time the show actually airs, we will have 3 listings on the market that just hit the market this week. I swear things are selling as fast as we're getting them put on. I can't back them up numerically, but it feels like that because I'm seeing a lot of stuff go under contract.
I think there's a lot of buyers that are been holding off, waiting for interest. They're thinking, hey, interest is going to drop. I want to buy. So you have this huge buildup of buyer people. Now, they are a lot pickier.
As they should be.
Because they can't just buy it and live here 2 years and sell it. Because, I mean, the interest kind of puts you in a position you got to stay for a while.
Sure.
And so I think they're a lot more selective because this is planning on being here a long time.
Right.
And back 2 or 3 years ago, it was just rush, buy, sell, go. No, we'll just move if we don't like it. And now that's not the case. Now it's I think I think that move every 7 years deal is going to change.
Okay. So that's an interesting thing itself. Like you said that stat before that people generally move about every 7 years. Is that national statistic or is that something that you've noted here?
That was an NAR deal.
So what do you actually see locally?
Well, it depends if you're talking about the hunters or you're talking about...
We do have some customers that move every 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. And then
we've got others that are in their homes for 10, 15, 20.
Yeah. And you have the corporate people that, move seems like all the time. But
right.
And there's not a lot of rental options in Woodward. So buying is really if you want a nice home, buying is really your only option. So all that, being said, the average here, I've never really studied it.
I think it's interesting. I will say this. I was talking to somebody this weekend. I showed a house. Did you know I knew how? Okay, it's been a hot minute. But we were talking about how much work it is to move and how much you accumulate whenever you're moving.
Right.
How much you realize that you've accumulated when you move. I think we should all be practicing and pretending like we're moving every 3 years, have like a moving out
Oh,
sale.
man.
And then I think it'd be amazing. I'm all for this.
Yes. I'm not a big garage sale guy.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm
a
getting ready to
garage sale person.
liquidate everything in my garage. I am so tired of stuff.
Awesome. I've got this little pump thing I was looking for. I need to see if you have.
Yeah. Probably.
Okay. So anyway, here we are getting ready to sell. As we're looking at new homes to put on the market, as we're showing houses, we see some things that are like super well done. And we see some things that we think, oh gosh, we need to educate them a little bit more so that they can have the best showing experience for customers as possible, because we don't get a lot of chances to bring people back to your home. Like, we've got to make that very best first impression. So some of these, I mean, most of these you absolutely must do before we take pictures, really and truly.
Yep.
But then there's got to be some maintenance to keep up with it.
Yep.
So, okay, you go first.
Well, the biggie is decluttering, back to accumulating stuff.
Oh, man.
Do not accumulate stuff. I don't know how you do get away from that. I'm the worst accumulator. Man, I sent a text to, I got to read it now. Let me find it real quick. I was talking to a kid that works for me off and on, and he was headed out, and I messaged him. I said, man, I've got too much going on, and I'm too busy, and I need to figure out how to change some things. So here's a tip. And I said, the more money you make, the more you spend. The more you spend, the more stuff you have. The more stuff you have, the more you have to take care of, which then the more you take care of, the less money and time you have.
Yes.
Get rid
I
of your
think
stuff.
time is kind of the big thing. Like, I'm not sure that people really understand how much time more things take.
Right.
More take cleaning and maintenancing and just trying to manipulate and move around. Oh my gosh.
Just little things. I've got several trailers that I use for different things. And I went to use them all this year, and all of them had bad tires. I bought 14 tires in less than 30 days.
High Plains loves you.
They were like, what? He's back again? And so, which then again, it comes back to stuff takes time to maintain it, money to maintain it, and then you got to work more to pay for the time. And it's just like a vicious cycle.
Now, we're saying all this. Neither one of us are really true minimalists.
No.
Like, I mean, I keep few things, but the things I love, I will not get rid of.
Right. I'm not a minimalist. I'm the opposite. I'm afraid.
You're not a minimalist.
Golly. I can't get rid of anything. It's dumb. But if it all disappeared, I probably wouldn't miss it.
Isn't that funny?
It is.
For reals. There's so much truth to that. But so we're not even saying you have to get rid of everything, but we definitely
when you're
encourage
selling,
pre-packing when you're
pack
selling.
that stuff up, get it to a storage building, get it out of there. If you're not using it every day, adios.
So then we've been asked, do I have to get a storage building? Can I keep it at my house? Yes, fine in the garage, maybe.
Yeah, so your garage...
Don't block anything that the inspector's going to need to see. So
Right.
don't block your attic, don't block your furnace or your water heater or anything like that. I would not, I avoid boxing up and keeping in the house.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because it really affects the showing quality and affects the picture quality.
Yep.
At garage, people expect some of that.
Yes.
Like, fine, move on. It's not a big deal. Storage is best. If you can't do storage, garage. But definitely avoid, I think, storing everything in your actual home.
Yep.
Because we're trying to make it look the most inviting and the most spacious and the most neutral for a buyer to really put themselves in.
Yep.
It's funny whenever they go into a bedroom that's full of boxes and they go, oh man, this room is small.
Yeah.
And I think, actually,
Look at all
how
them
many
boxes.
this room is holding.
Yeah. And it comes back to the tip on the moving boxes is the uniformity of your box is a big deal. If you just go to the liquor store and the grocery store and get all your boxes, they don't all match. They don't stack well. If you buy all the same size boxes and pack everything the same, they will stock. Man, you stock a lot of boxes, and it looks cleaner.
It does. It does look a lot cleaner, more tidy. Which moves us on to the next one, deep clean.
Deep cleaning. So there's lots of cleaning companies in Woodward right now, which is
awesome. I don't remember having this before.
I don't either.
I was like, this is new.
And I think it's a benefit, especially I'm going to say it. I might get shot. I think if you put your house on the market, you should have a professional cleaner come every 2 weeks or a week
I think
until it
it's a
sells.
pretty big deal. You said that. I think that depends on your family, what your lifestyle already is.
Right.
I mean, if you already did a good job of pretty well maintaining and it's just one or two of you living at home and you don't have animals, I think that makes a difference. But
Yes.
man, when you've got a dog,
I don't have a dog.
when your 56-pound dog is a lap dog and hangs out on your furniture, you might want to go ahead and have. And I'm thinking about some of our other customers and some of our friends that have, 2 or 3 big old dogs.
Yep.
Man, and this is nothing against the pets because this is me. This is my life. Whenever Jack's son come over, we say, "Are you bringing the dogs?" So I'm not. This is not like digging on anybody, but for a buyer, I know if we were to ever sell our home, I would definitely need to be keeping somebody more often than I already do to come in, clean, and hide all evidence of Tilly Bell.
Yeah. Yeah. And then clean things like your front door.
Which, good luck, because Tilly Bell has more toys than my kids did.
You have to get your toy boxes out, hide all the dog toys.
Oh, do you have children? No, a dog.
Dog toys. That's good.
Okay, you're right about that. Jack and I were even talking about this weekend because we've just started having somebody to come and clean. And there's one room I said, don't go in there. Don't even look. Just let me get on top of it, and then you can start working on it. And that's what he said. He said, "Okay, we've got that room done. Can she clean that door?" I should have already cleaned it.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes things get so bad, you just kind of panic and you just start avoiding it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where get somebody to come in and help you.
Yes.
All right, what else? You said door. Did you have other
front
things?
door. No,
Windows.
the big deal is front door. When you walk in your front door, like that deep clean is not just on the inside.
No, it's on the outside.
As you're walking up to your front door, spider webs on your windows and spider webs on your door,
Yes.
and if you're leaves and junk right there on your front door, because it's all about first impression. Keep it clean.
I think the garage is as important with that actually as the house, which I never thought I would say, but having lived where we had lots of trees and the difference, just living there, the difference of whenever I would get out there and sweep up that garage and be like, man, I've got a nice garage.
Yeah.
Even that I think is important for buyers to see nice, neat, tidy, and to not be distracted by something as simple as
looks like
it's
I got to
fall.
sweep the garage out every week.
Yeah. Oh gosh, where did all that come from?
Right.
Well, the wind blows it in every single time. All right, repairs and maintenance.
So this is another one. I think we're going to get to it down at the bottom maybe, but this repair and maintenance issue is making sure you're caught up with all that. Is possibly going ahead and getting your home inspection done.
Okay, so I love that. And somebody asked recently, should we do a home inspection? And we do not push this on our sellers. But man, if you're open to it, do it.
Yeah.
Do it and then fix it.
Yes.
Because then it's so easy to say, here's my inspection. And we had Jake Persall on here not very long ago, and he does inspections with JCP. Jerry Newell, Kenny Snyder. We've got 3 inspectors right here locally, easy to get. They can do the inspection. You can go through the report, fix everything on there, and then show it to your buyer and be like, well, we'll show it to your buyer. And be like, look, they had this, they found it, but they fixed da-da-da-da-da. And it just really shows that you are trying to put everything out in the open and on the best platform for your buyer.
Yeah.
What else, though? What do you usually see? Oh, let's talk about light fixtures. I think changing out light bulbs is like the equivalent of changing out toilet paper. Because every inspection report has a light fixture that says, we couldn't get this to turn on. We don't know if it's because it's a faulty light bulb or if it is really a faulty fixture. Yes. Make sure you get all your light bulbs changed. And Nathan would tell us all the same kind of color scheme. Yeah. Like either all yellow or all the cool white or whatever the thing is. So then your photographs are better too. But then that inspection doesn't have any kind of an issue saying, we don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, it's exactly just like toilet paper. There's only one way to put it on. It only goes on there one way.
Okay. Yes. And you mean flap over.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. Anyway.
So
did you really go there?
Yeah, I wanted to start it, but
but then you're like, wait a minute.
We all agree.
Wait a minute.
We all agree. See? There's only one way.
You were afraid I was going to argue, weren't you?
I was ready.
That's not me. Okay, so what else? Any other kind of things that you see frequently? Oh, leak. We've seen a lot of leaky faucets lately, and I'm seeing a lot of leaks underneath the sink. In
Yes.
fact, we were talking about that before we started the show. Like, there's
Mhm.
something going on in my kitchen, and I am going home to investigate
Yeah.
tonight. I've got something going on.
So that deferred maintenance
Find
piece,
it, fix it.
yeah, that deferred maintenance piece. If you have a house and you have a bunch of deferred maintenance, I think it triggers to a buyer, this house isn't well kept.
Right.
Which then, what else have they not fixed? What am I going to have to repair that they hadn't been working on?
Right, because they're thinking, oh gosh, I'm just spending all my budget right now to get into the house. They may have all my budget tied up in my new payment and all these different costs that are associated with moving. And then I'm going to have to fix. And it will panic some of them enough to just back out.
Right.
So we want to stay on top of that stuff. Okay. Curb appeal.
Oh, yeah.
This is so much easier this time of year when you've got flowers and green
Yes.
grass and just keep it watered,
Watered
but not
and
overwatered.
edged
Oh,
a
it's
little
so
bit
confusing.
and mowed. And we have one now. I've got a customer that I need to send somebody by and refresh their yard. Like I drove by it the other day and I thought, well, it looks good mowed, but man, we need to trim their bushes. We need
Right.
to weed their garden or round up it. We need to
Yeah.
it just like all of a sudden it's like, wow.
And I'm amazed right now at how many bushes I'm seeing overgrown.
Yes.
And whenever you look at the photo, you may not even notice it when you're walking up to it. But then you see the photograph and you go, oh gosh, you can barely see the house. Literally, you can barely see the forest for the
Yeah.
trees. I mean, it's a big deal. So you want to keep all that stuff, get all that stuff maintained. And now there's people locally that can do that as well.
Yes.
You'll
Several
have
of
to
them.
say who, because I can't ever remember. But
Brian Baker does that.
Yes, great job
there's
with that.
I can't remember his name, America or something. I can't remember. I saw his sign this morning. He's doing a great job up here on Downs. I saw him work on a house there. I don't remember his name or nothing, but again, the yard he's working on looks really good.
Awesome.
Brown's Dentistry, they just did a bunch of work. I'm not sure who did their stuff, but you can see, like,
Man,
I'm not
you
a huge landscaping guy. If you come look at my yard, like, wow, does that guy even own a mower? But like, but yeah, you can. It's funny because I'm seeing it as I'm driving through town.
Yes.
Like it's people that are investing. The TV boss, the dentist office, they've done a whole bunch of work.
Have such nice landscaping.
They've just all redone it. They tore a whole bunch of stuff out, and it looks like it's all new again. So it's
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool on all that stuff. So yeah, there's several people around town right now doing some stuff. And so it would be hard to get a good number.
All right. Neutralize the decor. This is a big one.
It's funny because we had a house that we didn't have the listing, but I was concerned with the paint colors. And when we went and looked at the house, we thought, we think it'll be fine. And we were like, I think you need to neutralize your colors. But then when I went and showed it to the individual that bought it, she was like, I love this. I can't believe somebody painted that. And so sometimes we're wrong.
So you're saying that, and sometimes it does work out really, really great. But generally, everything needs to be toned down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, because it's so hard because you feel like you're taking all the personality of your own home, but with a purpose so that you can move on to your next home and create your personality again there.
Right.
But we need to make it neutral enough for your buyer to go, oh, I could see myself making this work for me.
Yeah.
And again, it's so bizarre, but painting is not a big deal until you're the buyer. And then it's like 10 times as big of a deal.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So definitely a good idea to neutralize the colors. If you still absolutely have to have your orange, hello me, because I love all those bright colors, then everything else can be neutral and I can just do some pops of colors. And then it's not so distracting to our buyers as we're showing.
Yeah.
All right, stage the home. You hit this one because this is interesting, a Woodward.
It is.
Very, very interesting.
So I don't think staging a home is like they stage in the metro area or some of these massive, expensive homes. I think that's more of I think when we say stage, it's like really you just declutter, maybe remove a chair or an ottoman or a coffee table or
Right.
remove stuff. Very rarely we're like, hey, you should add a dining room table. I mean, sometimes if we need to accent a space,
Sure.
we'll recommend that. But Staging
You've been known to trade a dining room table
Yeah.
before. I mean, we've done that
Yeah.
on some. We don't have the same capabilities now because we don't have as large of an office with as many things and storage spaces. But sometimes it's that simple of, hey, do you have anybody you can swap tables with for a few months? Yours is really, really big in this space.
Yep.
A slightly smaller table will really help showcase the area.
Yep.
And so sometimes that's what staging is when you're living in it. When you're not living in it, we rarely say put furniture in that.
Right. No, only reason you do that is if it needs to highlight a space. Like if you,
Right.
you know, you need to highlight something, then that's when you would do that.
All right. Update fixtures and hardware. Oh, did I rush you?
No.
Okay. Updating fixtures and hardware.
So this is back to if it depends on the house and the property and the price range. But if you have a house that's got like, you know, brushed nickel and bronze faucets, it's best to get them more uniform throughout the house. And then if they're all caked with calcium and, you know, which is either clean it or replace it.
Right.
And make it look more refreshed. So updating fixtures. I think your light fixtures are another one. A lot of the time, the light fixtures are old, outdated. I was in a house just a few days ago, and light fixtures aren't. In fact, I was in a house, and they pointed out the light fixture, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's flipping awesome!" I didn't even notice them.
Oh, that's funny. It's not a thing for you.
It didn't. And I'll tell you later, but it didn't stick out. But once I see it, now I can never unsee the amount of light fixtures in this room.
Oh, how funny.
It was crazy. And so it was interesting. It doesn't take away from the property. And to me, it didn't even register when I saw it. But then you got some cool fixtures that can accent a room, dining room lights.
Sure.
If you have a dining room, you don't have a dining room table, and you have a low hanging light, like 23rd Street.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that light fixture is massive.
It is.
And so like that one probably needs to just be taken out and put a ceiling fan in or something and minimize that space, makes it more usable. So sometimes by putting a dining room light fixture in the middle of your huge old living room that's now a dining room, it now dictates what that space can be. So if you take that out, now it can be a multi-use room versus just a dining room. So change your fixtures out, and that's what we'll do. We'll come. I mean, that's why sometimes we come look at your house, preview them, weeks, months before you put them on the market.
All right, maximize natural light.
Yes.
I am notorious. I don't know if you know this. I really struggle whenever I'm showing houses. If it's already naturally lit, I forget to turn on the lights. I love natural light. And we have gone through houses before. A couple of weeks ago, you were gone, and I was showing a lot of houses while you were out. And one of them is so well lit, that 1707 Elm. That house is so well lit.
Huge windows, yes.
I kept forgetting to turn on lights. And finally, the buyer goes, "Do these lights not work?" And I went, "Oh, what lights?"
Just a second.
They did work.
Yes.
I love sunshine. Yep. And I was so happy with all the sunshine in that house. I didn't particularly want to leave.
Yeah.
So, so call me out on that. But having those windows open just makes it so warm and so inviting. But it also will help your realtor. So if you can kind of stage that part whenever you're leaving in the morning and just open the blinds enough, not like open the blinds, but tilt the little, help me out here.
Yeah, the camouflage.
Do this one, not this one.
Yeah.
I'm not saying pull them open. I'm saying, twist the lever so that it's the correct way to have the light come in. But open the curtains and maybe have a couple of lamps.
And you want us focused on selling the house, not fumbling through your blinds, trying to get the windows open and the blinds open. And you want us focused on showing the house, which again, I have to go to turn on all your lights. Like your light bill's not that expensive. Just turn them all on.
But then forgive us if we miss one when we're trying to turn them off.
Yeah, that way
we try, y'all. We try.
But I think it comes back to you want us focused on showing that property.
We are very, very busy trying to connect with the buyer because relationship is how we know what house is going to be the most helpful to them. You don't want your buyer to be unhappy with your home after they move in.
Right.
It's really not good for anybody.
Nope.
So if we can just have the freedom to just show the house and you can do a couple of those things, man, it makes a big difference. It's just a little helpful tip. You don't have to do that.
Nope,
That's not something that I necessarily read anywhere saying buyers and sellers should do it this way. I've noticed it helps us out.
Oh, man.
And whenever we walk in, I'm like, wow. I'm also
This
like,
one's ready.
I love these sellers.
Yes.
I'll tell you this, don't leave me any cookies. Leave all the windows open.
Yeah. Because I'll eat them all.
Yeah. All right. Number 9, highlight some key features. So this is like if you've got a fantastic fireplace, make sure that is cleaned off and just has the right accent pieces so that people go, oh my gosh, look at that fireplace.
Which reminds me of yesterday. I was showing a house and I was flipping all the lights on and I walk back into this room. I'm like, man, it is hot in here.
Did you
turned
flip
the
on the fire?
fireplace. It's like, shoot. Open the doors.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So, yeah. Again, maybe turn the light switch on. And then highlight. So I highlighted that fireplace works in the summer well.
That is hilarious. All right. If there's any cool architectural details, things like that, you just want to make sure that they're easily noted. But it all goes back to having things deep cleaned and decluttered. And we say pre-packed because your stuff is not cluttered to us. We're not saying that. But if it's all packed away, then it just helps other things to be shown neatly.
Yep.
All right. Last one, create a welcoming atmosphere.
So this is just think about all the senses. So you walk in, you want it to be visual. When you walk in, it looks good. Sometimes people have music on. Don't have your music blaring.
No, just light and soft.
If you want to have music on there, really light, soft. It seems like every time there's music on, somebody either loves it or hates it.
That's funny.
And I'm like, is that music? What is that?
I think generally you would want to do that if you have like that whole surround. What am I saying?
Yes.
The speakers
Which are
all through the
highlighting
house.
the thing. Yes. So the one out in Bowling Springs has fantastic surround sound system everywhere.
And so then you would definitely want to do
Yes.
that very, very low.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to hit senses. I want to hit the
Smell.
yeah, the scent sense.
The scent.
Okay, so I love this. We had the best conversation. It was a text conversation even with the seller recently. One of our another agent had showed the house. They said, man, the oil smell was very strong because she is an essential oil person. And so she said it was really overbearing to our buyer. It was overbearing to me. You might just let them know. And that's always a hard conversation to have because if you love what you use, you don't want to hear that somebody else didn't love it. So this seller was so graciously receiving of, hey, they noted that was a little strong. And she said, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that. I try to be sensitive about that for others. But before that, I had a conversation with a different oil person. Because, I generally hear people say oily, but I don't want anybody to be offended because this is great. You do your thing. But she was talking, we're out of time. Do a light scent, like a citrus thing. Okay, that's all.
Yes.
I'm going to love you. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to make sure that scent is not repulsive.
Yeah,
So.
okay, but not too strong. That's what it comes out for. But I ran us out of time. So Brian and Kendra Show. Kendra Brown. See you later.
See you guys later. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.